Hi, this is Jay. I wanted to talk to you about how we can kind of strategize with you on your health insurance and talk to you about how we can lower your rate and really what goes into a health insurance premium to help you understand basically what you're buying. A lot of people, you just buy Blue Cross, they buy Humana, or buy whatever company it is, and they just don't really understand what goes into the price and why plans can look very similar but be drastically different in the cost. And so what I did here is I pulled three different plan designs that look very similar, but the price is different on each one of them. And I thought this would be a good explanation for you of what goes into the premium. So first of all, you'll notice that we kept the deductible the same, $5,000 across the board, and they're all 80/20 plans. So what's confusing for a lot of people is they'll look at that and say, okay, we've got $5,000 deductible, 80/20 plan. What's the real difference? Well, one big difference is what's called maximum out of pocket. We also call it a stop loss, and this essentially keeps you from going bankrupt. So if you had a large claim, you would add your deductible plus your stop loss, which would be 15,000. That's your total exposure in this particular plan. In this plan, you would add the 5 plus the 3, so it's $8,000 total exposure. So quite a big difference between the total exposure out of pocket on the two plans I just showed you, and that obviously affects the price. Now, another thing that affects the price a lot is prescription coverage. So a lot of our clients come to us and say, look, I'm healthy, I don't have any problems, I don't take any medications, and I just want good coverage, but I don't want to pay the same price I would going through like the insurance exchange. And one way we control that is by the prescription coverage. So you'll notice that these two plans here just have a discount card, and the other one has a $10 generic copay. But if you need name brand, you can do that certainly for $50 or $75 after a $500 deductible. So the reason that these two plans are cheaper, besides obviously the stop loss here, is this prescription coverage. This makes a big difference in your cost. And so if you don't need prescription coverage, or if you think, hey, I'm just going to go get a generic medication for $5 or $10 if I need it, you'll be better off with this type of plan here that doesn't cover it. However, if you just want to be safe, or if you just think, hey, I do take some medications, I want to go ahead and have that prescription drug coverage, you can do that, no problem. Now, the other thing is the doctor visits. Now, it depends on how you look at it. A lot of people say, well, I want a copay. Everybody thinks copay, copay, copay. They've been trained to do that for years and years and years. Every time you look at your health plan, what's the deductible, what's the coinsurance, and what's the copay? And so the plan on the left says zero, and that's not really a $0 copay at the doctor. What that means is that you have to meet the deductible first before the plan pays anything. So that means if the doctor charges you $150 to walk in the door, you pay $150 because you haven't met your deductible yet. On these other two plans, you'll notice that there's a bunch of numbers here with slashes between them. These are your copays depending on what you do. So for example, if you go to a regular doctor, it's $30. If you see a specialist, it's $60. And so you would have a copay on these two plans, but it's more expensive, right? So if you look at these two plans side by side here, these two right here, you have a $5,000 deductible, 80/20, $10,000 max, out of pocket, $1 million maximum coverage per year, drug discount. I mean, they look exactly the same except for this copay at the doctor, okay? And it costs you, what is that, $12 more a month to have that copay. So it does cost you more money. Now, the emergency room deductible is a separate deductible for the emergency room, you can see there. And all these plans are similar in the way that there's no network required. So you don't have to go to a certain doctor or hospital to use the plan. Go anywhere you want to. Now, over here on the more expensive plan, again, same copay, lower deductible on the ER than on this first plan, and again, any provider. So the difference in the price, you're looking at a $98 plan here for basically no copay at the doctor because you have to meet your deductible first, and a discount card prescription. Okay, this is more of a catastrophic type plan. Then you have somebody who says, I don't take any medications, but I want to be sure to have a copay when I go to the doctor. You're going to pay a little bit more for it here, but you can do that. And this is the person that says, yep, I just want to be safe than sorry, and I'm willing to pay more per month. But it's about a $600 a year difference. So when you're looking at your health plan, be sure that you talk to somebody that understands the plan, that can strategize with you and get the best possible bang for your buck. Because there's other ways to structure this to where you can basically have a higher deductible, but have supplemental coverage that pays that deductible in the case of an accident or critical illness or a sickness. And so there's a bunch of different ways to structure it. Be sure that you talk to somebody. We would love to help you. Again, my name is Jay. Call us anytime and let's get together and talk a little bit more about your health plan and how we can help you.